to control our emotions, but sometimes we can get into a negative state and we basically transfer that energy of negativity, of being irritable, onto the people who are just happen to be next to us. And usually those people who happen to be next to us in those moments are actually our closest people, and we would be way more responsible with our emotional states, usually with strangers, and actually we tend to punish the people that are closest to us. Welcome everyone to LifewithLiza podcast. Our mission at LifewithLiza is to share people's stories and the challenges that they have overcome, so that those who are listening in can get the strength, the courage and the hope to be their better selves. And today I wanted to talk to you about emotions and responsibility and everything is my fault approach to life in a positive and empowering way. I believe it's the hardest to take responsibility for our emotional states, but at the same time it's so important that we do so. I think so often we hurt the people that are around us, our closest ones who love us the most, because we're not able to control our emotional states. It might be because there's something going on actually in our physical body in terms of our hormones, what we've eaten and how it impacts us, that it's harder for us to control our emotions. But sometimes we can get into a negative state and we basically transfer that energy of negativity, of being irritable, onto the people who are just happen to be next to us. And usually those people who happen to be next to us in those moments are actually our closest people, and we would be way more responsible with our emotional states, usually with strangers, and actually we tend to punish the people that are closest to us with our negative states, because we feel like we can just be ourselves and show our true selves and they should just accept and love us for who we are. And that being true, but wouldn't it be better if even when we do feel the negative emotion, we'd be able to take control of it and not let that negative emotion control us? And maybe we would be able also to not then transfer it to those people that we love, and to not ruin their day. Because that's something that I notice sometimes when I'm irritable, I do manage to transfer that energy either to my boyfriend or to my parents, etc. And then I realize this is actually something that I really need to work on and to improve. And for me to basically be able to increase my self-awareness in the moment, and to be able to realize, okay, I am in a negative mood and the person that's next to me is not at fault, and for me to be aware of that. And if something irritates me in the moment, it's just because of the state that I'm in, and not because of something that other person is actually doing. And then to have that awareness, and when something happens, you can also express this to the other person, saying like, hey, I'm just not in the best mood now, maybe we can discuss something later or do something later. And just to be able to express it in a normal voice and take some action. Or actually you can also just go ahead and have some alone time, or let that emotion go in the way that helps you, if it is crying, if it is journaling, if it is meditating, if it is working out. But I feel like something that we need to be more aware of is taking control of those negative emotions, because it is something that is in our control, it is in our power. We are powerful enough, we can take control even of our negative emotions, and when we can feel them, we can also realize that we actually, in the end, when we're in a happy state, we realize that we would never want to make those people that we love to feel these negative emotions. Why would we actually say those hurtful things that we can say when we're in a negative state? Why would then we make it okay for us to make our loved ones feel not loved or not welcome, if it's not the reality, just the reality that comes out of the negative state that we are in? And I hope you're following what I'm saying here. It is not that it's not okay to feel a certain negative emotion, because of course it is, and of course every one of us will have those negative emotions. Everyone will feel angry at times, or sad, or desperate, or irritable, and it's completely fine. But for us to have this increased, enhanced self-awareness, realizing that we are in a negative state, and actually protecting those that we love, those that we love from our negative state, and not transferring that negative emotion onto them. And I think once you manage, and once we managed to do that, there lies the greatest power, because we managed. It's so much easier to control yourself in the positive state, but once you manage to control your negative states, once you manage to control yourself when you're angry, and just say, hey, I'm not in the best mood, and you just say it in a neutral voice, don't take it personally, can we discuss it later, or I'll just really just take some time by myself because I don't want to transfer my negative mood onto you, because I love you so much and you've done nothing wrong. How much more empowering that, how much, I just think that your relationships, my relationships, will benefit from it so much, and the quality of our lives, by taking on this approach that everything is my fault. I've gotten the power in me to control my own negative emotions, and I will not let my negative emotions ruin the days of the people that I love the most. I will protect the people that I love from my emotional states, and yeah, I will come up on top. I hope you did enjoy this episode, and if you did, please be sure to subscribe to this channel, to like this video, and I'll see you in the next episode.